Hello there. What is the problem with modern research applied to daily life? I've noticed that we have become a society quite obnoxious and arrogant on enjoying the things that we have today. We think that we are the epitome of progress and technology and advancement. What is surprisingly weird is that we fail to grasp the concept that we only got here. You only get to the middle of the staircase or the last step of the staircase by only walking up the staircase. There's no other way around. So, the technology that we have today is because people throughout history thought and created and reflected on things, which in turn gave us the technology and advancements and science that we have today. And I find a little bit dismaying that we are investing a lot of resources and that precious technology that we have and that precious science that we have in proving things that were already proven. Like, you cannot reinvent the wheel by definition, right? Like, the wheel is the wheel. You can enhance it, but you cannot reinvent it as a whole concept. And I think that's what we're failing to grasp. We have, which by the way, it's one of the best books ever, Getting Things Done, and these modern techniques of productivity and Atomic Habits by James Clear, which I also loved. But how to control your time and your life. This is from 1974. And all these things that are repackaged, like, clearly this was a very succinct book. This was a very straightforward how to improve your time management, right? We have, everything has already been devised. And what I don't understand is, why do we keep doing this to ourselves? It doesn't help you. It doesn't help society to move forward faster, stronger, and further if we keep saying all the time, when somebody brings you something, a friend comes and talks to you something and says, wait. So where's the science about this? What does the science says? I was like, you have to understand that philosophy was science. Empiricism was science. Reflection was science. The scientific method is just an approach, a systematic approach of evaluating thesis, right? A hypothesis. But you do not get there without all the other tools of science, of philosophy. All these things were done. The Techniques of Getting Things Done. This is an original copy. This is a 1947 book. And the plethora of information that is here, it's unbelievable. And there are concepts here that we're apparently discovering right now. Oh, well, Stanford lab said this about decision making. And the MIT and Harvard School of Business did this analysis on decision making. It's like, really? Like, Donald Lair, one of the best psychologists in the 20th century, had already spoken about this in the 1930s. And didn't need a state-of-the-art lab for that. He actually did have labs. He carried out his psychological analysis and studies with the people, with the students, with the university, with the commoners, and just did it. That's it. That's how we have become the quite outstanding progressive society that we are, is by just standing in the shoulders of giants. And we need to move on. I don't understand how, we have so many leadership books lately, and we'll talk about on the leadership on other videos, but Plutarch wrote over 2,000 years ago one of the great manuscripts on leadership. He did an analysis of actual kings and princes, and he see the interactions on how a really good leader, a really good king, a really good leader on any endeavor in life had to have certain qualities. And he uses a lot of applied analogies or stories that are from the real world. So you probably have seen this. Okay, so Harvard said this, and that. Really? You needed millions of dollars in a state-of-the-art test center and a meta-analysis and all these thousands and thousands of man-hours of very bright people to go and prove something that has already been proven multiple times. That's the problem of modern research. We are missing the mark. We're just pointing in the wrong direction. Oh, let's do this. He talks about here on decision making in such a way, using analysis of just real time or real events and situations of brilliant people and people that made impacts in the world, like Rockefeller, when he made sure to get the United Nations buildings in New York, where it's currently located. He had to be decisive and act very fast to get rid of something. We just, come on, all these very smart, diplomats of all over the world, ambassadors, discussing for over 12 months. And Rockefeller in a week said, Jesus Christ, here it is, done. Like, you need to get into that habit of, there are things that you can find in old, irregular, peculiar books. Smart people already went through this, wrote about it, and move on. So I guess to boil down what I'm saying is, the problem of modern research is literally stop investing time and money on things that have already been proven and discussed. You do not need to reinvent the wheel. We should be investing those hours and money and energy and brilliancy of all these smart people in enhancing society and moving forward. It's like, it's weird that you have to package and repackage things constantly all the time. The Secrets of Power, Mastering Truth. This is a 19th century writer, and the amounts of things here about minimalism and simplicity and decisiveness and leadership and mindfulness that is on this book. It's quite profound, written in a way that it's so succinct to the point. Well, this is a compendium. Obviously, this was created by Brett McKay. It's a compendium of all his best books and essays. And this is just liquid gold. This is just concentrated, pure liquid gold. But we just don't want to do that, right? We have become also lazy. I don't want to read this book. I don't want the techniques of getting things done. Come on, give me the 80-20 rule. But also, I don't want to understand the 80-20 rule in a long format. I just want the 80-20 applied to the 80-20 rule. And that is good. There's a time and place for things being succinct. You probably at this point are saying that, wow, well, you suck at this, man. Like, you've already repeated the point. No, I'm being emphatic. Precisely because you do not get abs by somebody else doing the abs for you. You do not get the promotion by getting a buddy to go and do the work for you. That's just not how logic and life works. You have to do your own crunches. So therefore, the time and place for everything fast and quick is there, but you do need to delve into the actual old books that talked about all these things that were already discovered, all these things that are not an issue anymore, yet they are. And I think that they are is because we do not even want to not even spend 30 minutes on a library or online or in a bookstore looking at, like in thrift books, looking at books that you can use that are not necessarily traditional in the modern sense. Increasing personal efficiency. This is literally a book on how to increase personal efficiency. And I know that there are a lot of modern courses online and YouTubers that talk about personal efficiency and all these things, and they go into so much complexity. It's done. 1930s. It was done. Everything's good to go. You don't necessarily have to even read them if you don't want to. You can get people to have some sort of a coaching session with you. And by that coaching, you get to learn the logical fallacies that you fall into and get you faster out of them so that you can apply these things, anything, faster for your life. If you want to know more about coaching, contact me on the description box below. You can go any coach. Coaches are very important. But again, I do recommend you to go and find, okay, let's say you want to talk about productivity. What about productivity? What's the main area of productivity that you want to learn about? I'm not saying that you cannot go and do Getting Things Done by David Allen. I actually recommend you to do this. This is also very succinct, straight to the point. There's a lot of content here. What I like about Donald Laird and his 1930s books is that everything is kind of intertwined together. Personal leadership applied to others, how to be productive, how to have a better quality of life, how to squeeze life to its fullest. So these are more guidance for lives. Time Traps, an old book also, with everything that it's here in a much more expanded way. So when this is crunches, this is a complete core, 20 different types of core exercises to get you an overall better workout, if you like that analogy. How to Be a Leader by Plutarch, you would be outstanding with that. And to finalize this point is, everybody talks about, for example, Robert Greene. I love Robert Greene, the 48 Laws of Power, Mastery, and all his books. But like he says, for example, in the 48 Laws of Power, Baltasar Gracian and Machiavelli already discussed this 400, 500 years ago. All he's doing is chewing on it, digesting it, and repackaging it for you. So by all means, do read the 48 Laws of Power, for example, but also read The Prince by Machiavelli and expand your things with other non-traditional books. Anyways, that's it for this video. I'm looking forward to see your comments and just leaving you with the question, just because we don't reflect any longer anymore. When we're talking with a friend, when we are seeing a YouTube video, at the end, think about it this way. What was the most valuable thing that you heard today here on this video? This is one of the best questions that I got, one of the most valuable things that I got from The Coaching Habit by Michael Bungay Steiner. So in the same way, what was the most valuable thing that you heard today on this video? And reflect on it, ponder it, actually try to analyze it. Did I touch on a very specific nuance that you never thought of? We sometimes don't realize that things that are obvious and common sense are actually not obvious and common sense. That's why we are today, in today's world, the way we are. Anyways, thank you so much for being here. I really hope that you do reflect on that and what was the most valuable thing here. And hey, if you want me to delve into one of these subjects even longer, or books, and the application of that knowledge into your life, please let me know. And I'll see you next time. Take care.